the PhD Negro man and the PhD Negro woman, uh, the man typically works longer hours. He will be in the office longer.
Mhm.
He will do additional work. And that's why he may make more money, even though they have the same underwater basket weaving degree in whatever PhD that they have.
I've
He
never
may
heard
he
of such.
may he may have more published articles. He may have more peer reviewed articles, and I've seen this. Now, I'm not saying women don't. I've seen a lot of women who are black, white, who do extensive research. They go on sabbatical, etc. But generally, men.
Well, let me just say, because I know one of the things when you put two, let's be clear, when you put two people with the same credentials together, a man and a woman, he is going to get paid more than she does with the same credentials.
They
So,
adjusted for that. They
what
said
now?
that they like prove that wrong though.
That's
That's
incorrect.
not true.
The men and women get paid the same until women decide to take maternity leave or work less hours to stay at home, or for whatever reasons that woman decides to. But men and women make around the same. Actually, younger women make more earlier 20s.
I think that you're misunderstanding what I'm saying.
Yeah, that was
If they have the same credentials. I'm
What
not
Chanel
saying
is talking
women
about, it depends on location for younger women that outpace men, like when you in DC, because I just read that up, I read about that not too long ago. For younger women are outpacing men in salaries depending on what city they live in. However, in general, when you look at the stats, men typically make more than women. I think like now it's like 80 cents to every dollar or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, but somewhere around there. So
But
that is still true.
I'm specifically, guys, please, okay. I'm talking about if you put them, like if you have a PhD with a PhD and they're in the same job, he's gonna make more. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying if they're on different playing fields. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you put them together with I was just telling you what the research suggests.
I mean, the research, what I've seen is that men and women on the same playing field tend to make more until women decide to either take maternity leave or decide.
You say women tend to make more.
Men and women tend to make the same until women decide to leave, whether it's maternity leave or cut hours. That's
they disprove that.
I've found for myself.
They just came up with that, you said?
No, they didn't just come with it. They just. I wish we can bring the data on here. They disprove that the fact that men make more than women. It's when she takes maternity. It's when she goes part-time. She starts making less than the man.
Oh, so you're saying that you agree that women and men make the same?
Yeah, depending on whatever position they take, and plus men take harder certain positions that women go to human resources, where men are engineering, men are doing different type of work. Construction. What else? Chaotic, help me out. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, so Shan is going to say that this is outside the bounds of the question, but yes, men typically take on the more superior and harder jobs that actually construct society, like construction work, building skyscrapers. Women don't do that. Right. But going back to Shan's parameters of her question, yes. And Shan, you went to an HBCU, correct? And I'm pretty sure you witnessed this. The PhD Negro man and the PhD Negro woman, the man typically works longer hours. He will be in the office longer. He will do additional work. And that's why he may make more money, even though they have the same underwater basket weaving degree in whatever PhD that they have.
I've never heard of such.
He may have more published articles. He may have more peer reviewed articles, and I've seen this. Now, I'm not saying women don't. I've seen a lot of women who are black, white, who do extensive research. They go on sabbatical, etc. But generally, men rally. A man will stay up 22 hours. I hate to say this, but I've seen women. I'm tired. I've seen women just they crap out early. A man will rally. A man will stay up 48 hours, whether he's working in construction or he's working in the academic field. I've seen it, even in law firms. My wife used to be an attorney, and she told me, she said, women and men, they can come in on the same salary, but a man is going to work more hours. He's going to get more, whatever. I don't know how they get paid additionally, but a man is going to put in 20, 21 hours. A woman is either she's going to burn out or just quit altogether and raise a family. So yeah, hopefully that.
And the research from what I read also said another reason why men will typically make a little more is because they know how to negotiate better than women when it comes to their salaries. So that's the other thing. Women don't go in negotiate and they just accept for the most part what they say the salary is, whereas men typically will negotiate a higher salary. So that also adds to the amount that wage gap between men and women as well.
Right.
And we're not built to just be workhorses. There's a time in our lives, I can only speak for myself. There's a time in my life, which is now, where I've worked the hours that I want to work and stay the majority of the time home with my husband. And God willing, we'll start our family soon. So it's not in most women's interest to just work to the bone and just have your life roll by. And then now you're older, you don't have enough time or energy to start a family or can't physically start a family. So even with all of that, it's not in our best interest to try to outwork a man. But I just want to add this little part to answer Shan's question. I also think we as women have forgotten how to be women, which is why men may see us as competition or we're trying to compete with them. We see men being outward, where we as women are not naturally outward or naturally doers. We are. That's just our being. So I think a lot of women have forgotten how to be women or feminine women. So the best way to be somebody is to emulate a man, which I disagree with, but that's what I see.
Let me ask you a question. You guys, I have another question after you guys finish. Go ahead. Who wants to?
I just want to say also, if the facility is ever under attack, the men will fight to the death to protect the facility, and the women will run for survival. I'm just joking, though, but it's serious though.
Sure will.
I would hope that
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, go ahead, Chaotic. Okay, you guys, go ahead.
Many years ago.
Oh gosh, Chaotic, don't.
A white woman wouldn't tell me don't. She would tell me, go ahead, Chaotic. You can talk all day long, sir.
I'm not a white woman. It's okay.
Here's the thing. Many years ago, and I'm not going to say this individual's name, but I dated I hate to say this because she might listen to this one day, but I dated a woman who was a prosecutor. And at the time, I was a school teacher. And it appeared from the way that I saw it that she had reached a height of success within her family that was the pinnacle. Whereas I come from a family of educators, professionals, etc. So I'm just used to seeing a certain type of Negro. So I was at a function and her cousin, whom I had never met before, approached me and we were conversing. And her cousin, who did not know my background or my family's background, and I'm assuming her cousin thought I was just some typical Negro from a family with, no offense, people in and out of jail and downtrodden. She didn't know that my family were superior blacks. And she said, "Oh, how do you feel dating my cousin?" And I said, "Sweetheart, there are millions of people across the globe that are attorneys. There are hundreds of thousands, if not a million, prosecutors on the planet. Your cousin being a prosecutor means absolutely nothing to me. I'm a man. I have a penis between my legs. I'm superior to your cousin just by birthright. She would not have this job if it were not for a man giving it to her. I'm not in competition with her. I don't value her job at all. She could be Oprah Winfrey for all that matters. It does not matter to me. I'm a man. by God's own ordination, I am the superior animal on this planet, at least. And she looked at me like I was crazy. And her cousin was a representation of this competitive nature that a lot of Negro women have with black men. How do you feel because she's a prosecutor or an attorney? I said, what are you talking about? So what? But yeah, that's just one of many examples, Shan, of this idiotic competitive nature of the Negro woman. Go ahead, you got the floor.
Can I just say something?
Your story.
I don't think I think men take it as, like you said, competitive nature or competing. But I think a lot of times when women are saying those things, it's to kind of deflect or debunk what you just said about you being superior. And I don't think it's a matter of women trying to say that they want to be superior over a man. I think it's more along the lines of women trying to say that I'm not beneath you, like with that attitude of being beneath, like, oh, you're just disgusting. You know what I'm saying? That negative attitude. So I think a lot of times with women, what they try to do when they flex with their degrees or flex that they have a home or all of those things, I think it has a lot to say in regards to, I am something, I'm coming with something. And I think you guys take it as a competition. But when you speak like that, I think automatically in a defense, a woman, we know we can't physically fight. We use our words and boosting ourselves up. When he was like, oh, well, you know, if it wasn't for men, we wouldn't, you know, this world wouldn't be the way that it is, you know, that kind of stuff. But I'm just saying there's certain things, yes, you guys can build, you guys can do those things. But if you're not even let in the game, is it really competition? So when you look historically, black men were kept out of the game, right? Y'all did all of the work, but those who were in power, so to speak, had y'all working. They were the ones coming up with the ideas. They kept y'all out of the workforce. They kept y'all out of the workforce. So even though you were just as capable, no one would ever know because you wasn't even allowed in the game. Once you guys started being able to be part sports, right? Guess what happened? Y'all took over because y'all were allowed in the game. And I think in certain factors, women were never allowed in the game to begin with, whether y'all think women should have been or not. But when you're not competing against the best, you don't really know if you're the best or not. You have to compete amongst everybody to determine if you're the best. If some people are excluded from the game altogether, is it really a competition?
Mistaken.
Go ahead, Ali.
If I'm going to start an NFL football team, am I going to put you at quarterback?
And say that. I didn't say that.
No. But you just read off everything that Chaotic just said. Like, the most dangerous jobs are going to go to men because that's our birthright.
I agree with that. But a woman is not going to take on a job that she knows she can't do. You're going to go in those areas that you know you can do. I know I can't, but guess what? I can be a bunter. I might not be the punter. I might not, but the part of the game that I would play is the position that I know I can be successful in. I'm not going to be out there building skyscrapers, but guess what? I have a brain. So I'm going to be the one to come up with the ideas about how to build the skyscraper, the design, all of those things. Those are the things that I think women can do, but we were kept out of the game from being able to do that. It's just certain jobs that women are not going to do. Just like there are certain jobs men are not going to do. Like Chaotic is not. Chaotic talk about building, but Chaotic is not the type of dude that's going to be out there building no skyscraper. He's not.
You may put the plan together, but you ain't building it.
That's my point. Women can put the plan together, but we may not necessarily build.
That's like saying if he wanted to have a baby, he ain't the person to put it having a baby. Obviously, he can't have no baby. But if he wanted to build a skyscraper or help build a skyscraper, he would still get picked over a woman. Not because we want to, because you're going to put the greatest people that you can in that position. You would do the same thing as what. So if we're going to best baby making positions, I'm not going to try to go get Chaotic, Marcus, or me. I'm not going to try to fight for your position. So the problem in just like we started from the beginning of conversations, a lot of women want to do what men are doing and are not fit to do what men do. It's just like we're not fit to do what women are doing.
Correct. I wouldn't ever ask you to have a baby. Right? I know that's not something that you can do.
Can I
I was trying to say like architecture. right? You come up with the plans, you come up with the ideas. Women can do that. We have the ability to think. So we may not be the builders per se, but we do have the ability to be the thinkers behind some things. But if you don't ever put us in a room to do those things, then you're not really, not in terms of competing, but I think we just want the ability to have access to be able to give the opportunity. I said some women, you may not, but some women who
But for
want
what
to be
reason?
in the workforce.
So we're
So
gonna talk about that. So because she's, you know, people have different, women are not the
Like,
same.
like this is what
Okay,
I'm asking.
so
When
let
I
me
go
just
to
say
the
this.
when I just real
Okay.
quick, when I go to the hospital and I see a whole bunch of nurses that are women, right?
mhm.
What if men just flip that? I'm tired of seeing women nurses. We need to have more male nurses.
They
Men are
do.
not gonna do. We know we don't do that. Who's they?
No, I said they do need more male nurses.
No, but we don't do that though. We don't try to
Correct.
do that. We think when more women should be in the human service department. Women work great with people. That's what you were born to do, is work with people. Why would I try to get between that and stop us men getting in the way of you working with children or working with people if that's you were born to do that?